Okay, so we've got a problem where we've got a table of customers, and each customer ID relates to the details about that particular customer, and we want to put the postcode from each customer into the table on the right. But we don't just want to type it in, we want to kind of link the two tables. So we want to look up what customer is that postcode and stick it in there. Now we could copy and paste it, but as you can see, if you change it, it doesn't change in the original or in the new table. So that's not exactly ideal. So what we want to do is create a function called a VLOOKUP to do it. We want to name our table of data. So we're going to name it. We're going to call it customers, and we're going to give it a name. That's called customers. We can refer to it as customers. And now we're going to use a VLOOKUP function to look up a piece of data from the customers table and get it and put it into our new table, the one on the right there. So we're going to do equals VLOOKUP. We're going to use the number in that table to look up, so the 5 to look up. And then we're going to look up from our table that we named before, our customers table. And we're going to choose which column, and in this case we're going to choose the 4th column, which is the postcode. And when we press enter, we can see that it's in there, and we can also auto-fill that down. And if you notice, each customer ID in the right-hand table, so 5 corresponds to the correct postcode from the table on the left. What's quite cool is if we make a change, it changes in our new table. So all the data, the only change we need to make is there. Now we might have this situation where we've got to work out a grade. Now this is a little bit difficult, more difficult, but really it's a very similar process. We're going to name our range, and this time we're going to call it grades. And we're going to use that to refer to later. And we're going to do our VLOOKUP in here. And we're going to do exactly the same thing. We're going to VLOOKUP. We're going to look at this value this time, so the value we're looking up, and we're going to do grades. So we know we're looking at the grades named range of cells. But this time we're going to look at the column 2, so the fail, pass, etc. But this is the difficult thing here. We're going to look at the approximate value, not the exact value. We left it out last time, and it was an approximate value. It was an exact value, but this time it's approximate because it could be within the range to get a pass or the range to get a distinction. Now this is cool because we can change the score and it will update the grade. We can also change the actual range of marks to get each one. So if you want to get a merit, we could change that. And if you notice on the right, all of those cells are now updating for the new sort of mark boundaries.